Happy Thanksgiving week, Turkey Day week, whatever you want to call it. And welcome to another episode of Girls in the Groove. I think Jackie's trying to make a little song out of this.
We're trying to figure out, yeah, like a Wayne's World type of, but yeah, so mine is Girls in the Groove, but I don't.
I'm into it.
We'll have to get in sync soon.
Well, hopefully you're taking this week to just be grateful for what you got. We are grateful and thankful for you. And hopefully your stomachs, you're just ready for all that food that's coming soon. Stick around because we actually got a little recipe for you later, a rock and roll recipe. Something about Thanksgiving, it tends to get a little overshadowed by Christmas in terms of decorations, celebrations, and songs.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not many Thanksgiving songs. Adam Sandler, he does have a Thanksgiving song actually.
Right, yeah.
There's he has his, his famous Hanukkah song, but he also has a Thanksgiving song. So that's a great one to listen to. What's another one? What's another one that we're gonna talk about maybe?
We're featuring Alice's Restaurant by Arlo
Guthrie. And Alice's Restaurant, that's the name of the album, obviously. His 1967 debut album. And the song Alice's Restaurant is actually a Thanksgiving tune. So there you go. We got some holiday spirit for you.
Now, if Arlo Guthrie kind of sounds a little familiar, and this is, you're like, wait, haven't I heard of him? Yes, he actually played at Woodstock, right?
Oh yeah.
He has a couple famous hits.
Coming into Los Angeles, yeah.
Coming into Los Angeles.
That one, that's my favorite Arlo Guthrie song.
Yeah.
This is probably, this might be his most popular song though, Alice's Restaurant.
Yeah, probably because it's also 18 minutes long.
Yeah, which is really funny because, most bands and musicians, even a 7-minute song, if they want it to be played on the radio, they have to cut it down, make a radio edited version.
Right.
Because radio stations always want to play the short stuff so people don't tune out.
And get bored.
4 minutes max usually.
Yeah.
But this was actually huge even when it came out, even on the radio.
Yeah.
This 18-minute song was being played on the radio. How cool is that?
And the crazy thing is, it's just like, it's all satire. I mean, it's not even like not saying it's not a real song, but I mean.
Yeah, it's a comical, just jokey, fun song.
Tales of events of. It's just a bunch of little tales that are silly and just don't even kind of make sense.
Yeah, but it's actually a true story.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah. The story is that, and how it relates to Thanksgiving, is that Arlo was hanging out on Thanksgiving Day with Alice, who owns a restaurant, which, by the way, his restaurant isn't even mentioned in the story. It's just, he just randomly decided to name it that because Alice owned a restaurant in Massachusetts. And so what happens is Arlo, he went to go take out the trash that they had compiled on Thanksgiving, which tends to be a lot. But the dump was closed because it was a holiday. So he just threw it on the side of the road with another pile of garbage that was there, and ends up getting arrested.
Yeah.
And then later down the road, that was the reason why he wasn't drafted into the military when he was brought in to talk to the drafty people.
And like, side note, he was arrested. He had to pay a $25 fine and pick up all the trash. Like, that sucks.
Oh my gosh. And then there was a news article about it even.
Was it?
Yeah, it was literally in like their little local newspaper. A news story came out, and how embarrassing. But yeah, so and then this, throughout the 18 minutes, it's the word for it that they call it is shaggy dog style.
Shaggy dog style. I've never heard that one.
Which can also be you can also call that Arlo Guthrie style.
Okay.
Because it's basically when you because he rambles on with all this unnecessary information.
Okay.
That's how it ends up being 18 minutes. But that's what Arlo Guthrie does, and that's what we love about him, is all that silly, just randomly just keeps going and going. It reminds him of this pillow. So he tells you the backstory of this pillow and that the inventor's backstory, and just, it's all over the place, but it's what makes it so fun.
Yeah, and what's crazy about this guy is he never intended on really becoming a musician. So I have a quiz question for you.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
And for you too.
So before he actually became Arlo Guthrie that we know, he was attending in 1965 Rocky Mountain College. I think it's in Montana actually. Anyway, so he was studying to become a political activist, a ranger, a mountain ranger, or a teacher.
I'm gonna guess political activist, just because
Most of his songs.
most of his song, unless that was supposed to be the obvious one, that's not the answer. We'll find out at the end of the episode, so stick around.
Yeah.
Don't fast forward. But because, for example, this song itself was actually a protest song against the Vietnam War, specifically the draft. And the whole kind of irony, funny part about it is that, you know, he's being arrested for littering.
Yeah.
Yet, at the same time, they're forcing people into war. They're, you know, fighting these other nations, and which is just so gruesome. But yet, he's being arrested for littering.
Yeah.
So that was supposed to be kind of his ironic take on the situation.
And then he doesn't get to go. Like.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, we're going to have some fun with you. Again, as always, we want to show you the song. There's also other songs on this album. You know, that's just one side of it. That's side one. But you have some other, the motorcycle song.
I don't even know that song.
That's another one of Arlo Guthrie's just famous songs, is the motorcycle song. Just wanna ride on my motorcycle. It's actually the motorcycle song. And it's just such a great folky country style song about his motorcycle, and very Arlo Guthrie style. And all the other songs side too. Every song's a short one. Almost everything is around 2 minutes actually. A couple 3-minute ones in there. Ring Around a Rosy Rag, Highway in the Wind, a bunch to check out. But it's Thanksgiving week, so we're gonna focus on the classic, which is Alice's Restaurant
Massacree.
Yes.
Massacree. Yeah. That's why I was looking at the album right now. I'm like, wait, I think we're missing a word. But anyway.
It goes, they say you can call it either one.
Yeah.
That's the shortened version.
Yeah.
But, so we're gonna have that song for you and show it to you. We're not gonna show you the whole 18 minutes. We'll show you a little snippet of it. Go on your own, and you know, it was played on the radio for 18 minutes. You can spend 18 minutes and get the full story. You want to get all the details so that you know what happens. Anywho, so what we're gonna do for you is I'm gonna show you this little book because it's Thanksgiving and you might be cooking. So we're gonna give you some ideas. This is Dark Side of the Spoon, the Rock Cookbook. It's all these recipes based upon rock and roll with their names. You got Susie Quattro Formaggi. And the art in here is really cool too.
She was a good one-hit wonder in the 70s.
I love Susie Quattro. She's got some other like bangers. Oh, this one's great. The Rolling Scones. We got, let's see, Nirvana Split, Def Shepherd. We got Motley Stew. And Fleetwood Mac and Cheese.
I want to try that one actually.
I know, I really want to try all of these. But what we're going to do is we got Smashing Pumpkin Pie for you based upon smashing pumpkins. And yeah, because we all like pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. So we're going to read you the recipe, give you notes, show the construction of the pumpkin pie. But we have a little challenge for each other.
Okay.
We have to sing each instruction.
Okay.
All right.
All right. How
we both don't have great voices, so
speak for yourself. Just kidding.
Okay, I know. I'm offending you. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
I don't.
But I'll just first, if you are interested in making the rock and roll version of pumpkin pie, I'll first tell you quickly. It takes a tablespoon of all-purpose flour,
already made dough,
12 ounces of it, 2 large eggs,
15-ounce 1 can of pumpkin puree.
A 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk,
1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon,
a half teaspoon of ground cloves,
a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg,
and a teaspoon of ground ginger, or 1 tablespoon pumpkin pie spice, a pinch of salt, and whipping cream. All right, let's get to telling them how to do this. All right, let's get our voices ready.
How are we gonna be? All right, let's just do it.
So we'll just figure it out.
Okay.
Lightly dust a clean work surface with the flour. Lay out the pie dough and roll it until it is around 1/4 inch thick.
On a 9-inch tart pan with pie dough and place it in the fridge for 10 minutes.
Preheat your oven to 350.
Take that top pan out of the fridge and line it with parchment paper. Then fill with bacon beans. Really? What?
Place the top pan on the middle shelf of the oven and bake for 15 minutes.
Remove the bacon beans and parchment paper. Then return your top pan to the oven and bake for an additional 10 minutes.
Remove the top pan from the oven and set aside.
Wait, what number are we on? Increase the oven temperature to 450 degrees.
Crack the eggs into a mixing bowl, then add the pureed pumpkin, condensed milk, ground cinnamon, ground cloves, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, or pumpkin pie spice, and salt. Whisk the ingredients until even in color and well combined.
Pour the mixture into the tart case and gently tap the edges of the top pan to settle on the mixture.
Place the tart on the middle shelf of the oven and bake for 10 minutes.
Reduce the oven temperature to 350 and bake for an additional 50 minutes.
Take the pie out of the oven and set aside to cool for 10 minutes. Transfer the pie to the fridge and allow to cool for at least another 15 minutes.
While the pie is cooling, pour some whipped cream onto a bowl and whisk it vigorously by hand or by an electric whisk until thick.
And finally, ooh, carefully remove the pumpkin pie from the pan. Serve a slice of pie with a dollop of the whipping cream.
That was great. Loved it.
All right, hopefully you were able to understand those instructions, first of all.
Hopefully you made the pie and it came out good.
Let us know if you actually made it, and be sure to share with us too.
And other people too.
Yes. And
if the recipe's good. Hopefully
yes.
It's good.
I hope so. I hope it turned out right, because it wasn't too complicated. It seems a little complicated, but that's okay. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for being you. And thank you for being around this Thanksgiving.
And appreciating classic rock and taking the time to even watch this. We really do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
Hit that like button.
Mm-hmm. Share it, whatever you gotta do. And once again, have a marvelous turkey day. We'll rock with you next time.